Hey boys and girls, I'm sorry I can't be here with you today, but I want to get you started on your Big 6 research planner so that next time we start we'll be ready to go. Today this project planner is available from Mr. Holtzapfel and he's got it ready for you. You're going to take your interest survey and interest bracket that you came up with last week, and you came up with last week a question, a big question that you are interested in and what you're going to do your research on. So some of you had some really great ideas. I do want to say that those of you who are doing people, it will be a little bit harder. So if I were you, I would try and maybe change your person or change your idea just a little bit to tweak it so you're not going to have a very hard time finding research. We're going to look at our project planner today, and this is what you're going to use and finish today. You're only going to do step 1 and step 2 today. Next week we're going to work on the other steps, but right now you're going to focus on step 1 and step 2. At the top you need to put your name and also your teacher. You can ignore the table part. And in step 1, you're going to write down what subject you are investigating. So this is the topic, whether it is fashion, whether it is a certain animal, whatever it is, you're going to write it down there. Then, what are you going to do with the information that you find? Are you going to make a project or are you going to write a paper? Again, this is totally your decision, and I want to see what is in your brain, not your best friend's brain. Next, you're going to take, in your own words, explaining your task or explain your task. So tell me what you are going to do. What do you want to know about? So for example, I maybe would want to know more about survival skills or more about whatever your topic is. This is where your essential question is going to go. From this, you need to make a detailed T-chart. And on this T-chart, first you're going to have what you know. If you can come up with 3 or 4 things that you know for sure about this subject, that would be awesome. On the other side, you need to come up with what you need to know. So these are questions that you want to learn more about. It's a good idea to come up with about 5 good questions that you want to know more about. Usually these are the who, what, when, where, and why questions, so come up with those that go along with your topic. The next thing you're going to do, as I scroll down, is you're going to work on brainstorming your sources and search terms. So for each one of the sources that you're going to use, like KYVL, Britannica Online or Encyclopedia Online, books, websites, people. Remember, people are a good way to do experts, observation, and then there's also others. So using magazines, pamphlets, brochures, things like that. Next week, we're going to get more into the specific sources, unless you already know of an expert you'd like to use or a website you would already like to use. Lastly, down here at the bottom, this is where you're going to do search terms. Now, when you're going into Google, sometimes it's easy to find something by just putting kangaroos or whatever other subject you're looking for. But let's say you want to know about kangaroos and their diet, or kangaroos and their speed. So come up with different topics or search terms. When you put just kangaroo diet, it's not going to give you as much information as if you put kangaroo and diet. So make sure that "and" word is in there because it gives you a lot more quality research to choose from. When you do this, I want you to come up with about 6 really good combinations of words for you to search for when you're doing your research next week. This would also be the place where you really need to make sure that you are checking your spelling. This is really important. You know the dictionaries are over in our reference section, and you're more than welcome to go and grab one. This should take you a good chunk of your time today and should be pretty detailed because this is the start of your research. This is where you want to go further. So make sure you're taking some time to really think about this. Lastly, when you're finished, I would like you to put it in my white bucket up on my desk, and I would like to look through them before we get started next week. Make sure you're doing your personal best, and I will be checking these. If I have problems or questions, I will be emailing you, so make sure you are frequently checking your email. So do your personal best, and I will see you next week, guys.